I loved Winnie Cooper. And she loved me.
Winnie, I just want you to know that I know. You don't have to say anything. Just know that I know, okay?
Know what?
Winnie, Paul told me. And I'm glad he did.
Paul told you?
Well, yeah. Isn't that great?
Paul told you?
He says you're crazy about me.
That was a scene from the hit show The Wonder Years. Remember that? And almost 20 years later, Danica McKellar, known to so many as Winnie Cooper, is on her next act as an advocate for math education. The latest in her series of books is titled Girls Get Curves, Geometry Takes Shape. And it is great to have you on the show this morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I have 2 daughters, and
nice.
I am scared of math.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad mix, right?
Well, one thing that I tell parents, especially moms of daughters who are don't tell your daughters that you're afraid of math.
Okay.
Just don't.
I already made that mistake.
Bring it. Well,
What do you do now?
Now do I take it
All
back?
you who are watching at home.
Yeah.
Well, you
You've
know, it's
ruined it.
never too late. It's never too late. And I'm sending you a set of the books
Okay.
I just told you. So,
Thank you.
You know, it's never too late. Math is a great skill to pick up at any point in your life. And it helps, exercise that logical problem solving part of your.
My daughter's amazing at math. When she does her homework, I sit there and I'm in awe. I don't
so
know
great.
what she's doing. It makes no
I'm
sense.
It's a
It doesn't make any sense.
It's a foreign language.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a foreign language, so don't worry if it doesn't make sense. If you don't speak a language, you're not going to understand it.
What
And
is
you
she
have to practice
doing?
it. Logic. She's problem solving. It's fantastic. I love math. Not everybody loves math, but what my books are for is to show girls that they can totally do math. They don't have to love it, but you can totally do it. It's like, oh, I got that. I got
There is
this.
a certain sense that, and that we're trying to break, that girls can't do math.
That there's a gap,
Insane.
whether you're talking about math or science, between boys and girls. You're saying that's just doesn't have to be the case at all.
Not at all. I mean, girls actually score just as well as boys if you look at the studies in middle school and high school, but they perceive themselves as not as good at math. At book signings, girls will come to me and I'll say, well, how are you at math? And I'll say, oh, well, I don't know, I don't really get it. Well, what are you getting? A-. And ask the average boy, well, are you good at math? Oh yeah, I'm fine. What are you getting? B+.
Right.
Yeah.
It's this perception. And so what happens is, as soon as girls hit a stumbling block, whether it be a teacher that tells them, you know what, you don't have to worry about math, or oh, don't, or they get a bad grade, have a bad test, which we all do sometimes, they tend to see that, instead of a stumbling block, like boys will tend to see it as, they see it as evidence of what they've known all along, which is that they don't belong in math. And it's such a tragedy, because so many careers are made better, improved by having a good solid basis in math.
Like yours, Willie.
Exactly.
I was the worst. I don't even want to talk about my math career. Do you feel like in the last, let's call it 15 years, math has gotten cooler because of people like Mark Zuckerberg, people who have used math and were once thought of as nerds and now are sort of rock stars? I mean, they're the richest, most famous people in the world.
There is a whole nerd culture phenomenon
Silicon
that's going
Valley.
on.
Yeah.
Exactly, and math is definitely part of that. I'm not sure that it's helped the girls as much as it's helped boys, maybe, in terms of the perception.
But just culturally, that math can get you somewhere that is cool.
This is a good time for math because of that, absolutely, and because nerds, nerds are, used to be the antisocial, right? Well, now, but they rule social media. Right. I mean, talk about social. That is how we are social now. So I think there's actually an opportunity here.
This is an interesting format of the book. You can open it up, and I see formulas that make my teeth hurt.
Yep.
But you go to other pages where you talk about body image, and you have your own diary, and you're explaining to girls it's okay. You may be going through an awkward stage. You even have testimonials of others telling younger girls everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, testimonials of women who used to be afraid of math and now use math in fabulous careers that they love. It's really important. Role modeling is so important. If you don't have somebody to look at and say, oh, look, I could be that, it's just a lot harder.
Yeah, I think that's a great message. And actually, the presentation of the book, I would bring this home to my daughters because I want them to read it for a number of reasons.
You know, they're math books, but they are also confidence-boosting books in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I start off in middle school. My first book is called Math Doesn't Suck. It starts for ages 9 to 11, and then I take it up. I've got 4 books now, all the way through high school geometry, and it's all about finding that confidence that comes from feeling smart. Girls are told from every conceivable source you can think of, magazines, billboards, reality shows, that the most important thing they have to offer the world is through their appearance and how sexy they are. Well, that's fine, but that's decoration. And that's not going to bring them happiness. These books are happiness, confidence-boosting books in disguise.
So what made you think to write this?
I have been an actress all my life, as evidenced by the Wonder Years clip.
Yeah.
And so I love entertainment. And when I got to college, after the Wonder Years ended, I discovered math as something that made me feel smart and valued for something that had nothing to do with the superficiality of Hollywood, and I clung to it. And it made me feel awesome, and I was like, this is amazing. I love math, became a math major, and then I said, well, you know what? I miss acting, so I was on the West Wing for a year, and I said, I don't want to miss math though, so let's combine my love of math with my love of entertainment and write entertaining math books.
So you have 5 tips for raising math-confident kids. Point out math in everyday life, like how?
You're at the store. Here's the unit price. Here's how much it costs per
Daddy
pound.
doesn't have enough money to buy that phone.
There's
I
that
can't
too.
afford that dress.
Yeah,
You
or
cannot have
it's
because
20%
it's too much
off.
money.
It's 20%
All right.
off. How much will that be?
Oh, hide your
Right.
math phobia. I failed that.
Hide your math phobia. If you are afraid of math, don't tell your kids. Right.
Okay. Use money. Well, I can do that.
You use money to show them that math is in everyday life all the time. I mean, show them your credit card statements. How much are you paying in that APR?
That's important.
You know, if you're going to buy a house, what's the mortgage look like? I mean, understanding numbers like that could really help this country a lot.
Right.
What about sports?
There's tons of numbers in sports, absolutely. I mean, it's everywhere. Math is everywhere. If you just sort of look around, you'll find a gazillion opportunities to show your kids. And the thing about showing your kids math in everyday life is that it keeps it from being too foreign, because it is a language, and the more foreign a language is, the scarier it is. And it's all about presentation. Let's translate this scary language and show that it's all over, and it makes your life better when you understand it.
Provide support and encouragement during rough patches.
Yes, we all have rough patches in math. All of us.
Oh,
I had
math,
a
okay.
huge rough patch in the 7th grade where I was terrified. I used to come home and cry about my homework. I was so scared and locked up
Willie
about
still
it.
does that.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually when I
Fun
quit.
Oh, we
math.
should talk.
7th grade.
All right, here's look.
No,
Joe.
seriously, 7th and 8th grade. Seriously, I just sort of wandered off and never came back.
Brush up on your own math skills.
Brush up on your math.
Easy to do when you have fun books like the ones that I wrote.
Here's what we'll do.
Come on.
We can do this.
You can do this.
We can do this. You know what? We can't save ourselves, but we can save our children, Mika.
Okay.
So
Well, let's try and save our
I believe the children are the future.
Save our children. Save our
Teach them
children.
well.
That's funny. I just got that song in my head before you even said
There you
something.
go. It's kind of frightening.
Danica, it is so good to see you.
And
Thank
this
you very
really
much.
is. I'm telling you, this really does. I'm
I
sorry
like the
everybody
book a
can.
lot.
It reads
Thank you.
well.
I'm sending you a set. So.
Reads fast.
I'm bringing it home to my girls. Thank you
To my
very,
9-year-old.
very, very much.
Thank
the
you
book
for
is
having
Girls
me.
Get Curves, Geometry Takes Shape. Danica McKellar, thank you so much. Business headlines and a preview of market futures. Oh, boy.